Hey Bearcat fans, welcome to another edition of This Week in Bearcat Athletics. Well, every Northwest team that participated in competition last week won at least once. That includes the Northwest football team remaining unbeaten and now alone atop the MIAA. And this weekend, it's homecoming. We've got more on all that coming up on This Week in Bearcat Athletics. The Bearcat football team took over first place in the MIAA alone after beating Pittsburgh State 31-14 last Saturday and seeing Fort Hays State beat previously unbeaten Emporia State 27-24. For Northwest, they entered the matchup against the Gorillas, knowing it would be the most physical team they had faced this season. Bearcat head coach Adam Dorrell says he was pleased with the way the guys in the trenches matched that physical play Saturday.
I'm proud of our whole football team, but especially proud of our D-line and O-line. I thought they both of those units played at a high caliber the whole day for 4 quarters. That includes the tight end like TJ and those guys at the line of scrimmage. I just thought they played very well. They were physical. They played with their hands all day. The D-line got off blocks consistently and did a great job of tying up their tandems so they weren't getting up to Volstead and Sherman. And those guys were roaming around making a lot of plays. So I was extremely pleased with our kids and just their physicality for 4 quarters. And, just proud of them because if you want to win a game like that, you have to do that.
This week, the Cats will see the best rushing attack they have faced this year, with Fort Hays State running back Shaquille Cooper, the leading rusher in the MIAA, with 1,009 yards, and his teammate, quarterback Travion Albert, the second leading rusher in the league at 837 yards. Dorrell says the Tigers' success goes right through their backfield.
It's basically you're looking at Cam Newton at quarterback and Reggie Bush at tailback, those two right now. I mean, it's amazing. You have the number 1 and the number 2 leading rusher in the MIAA on the same team. I've been in this league a long time. You'd have to go back, and I don't know exactly when it is, but I don't think that's happened very often. So that's our number 1 challenge right there with those 2 guys. They're very dynamic. Either one of those kids gets in the open. It's not if they're going to score, it's just how quickly they're going to score. They outrun angles consistently, and it's going to be a tough week of preparation for our defense. And to me, everything they're doing on offense goes through those 2 kids. Their whole offensive line's back. It's a seasoned veteran Fort Hays team. They got most of their defense back, too.
It's homecoming week for Northwest, with Saturday's kickoff set for 2 o'clock at Bearcat Stadium. Fall championships begin this weekend with the MIAA Cross Country Championships hosted by Fort Hays State Saturday morning. Both Bearcat cross country teams have been off since October 10th when they ran in Romeoville, Illinois, and junior Nolan Zimmer says they are ready for this weekend's competition.
Yeah, like I said, guys, have really been stepping up for us this year, the sophomores especially, and even some juniors. And it's just been really fun to see the progress guys have made since, the home meet and, coming off of summer training, guys are still tired. And we raced those first few meets pretty tired, even though we're still training hard and stuff. And, just kind of depends how you feel individually. And but I feel like everyone's kind of been coming together and feeling a lot better these last couple weeks. After our last meet a couple weeks ago in Illinois, and I think we're kind of all getting on the same page. And some guys are even battling some minor injuries and sickness too. And I think everyone's just starting to feel a little bit better. And I'm just really excited to see what this group can do Saturday.
The teams will be running the Sand Plum Nature Trail in Victoria, Kansas, with the women running a 6K race starting at 10 o'clock and the men an 8K race starting at 11 Saturday morning. Northwest Missouri State picked up an individual and a team title at the women's golf tournament hosted by Park University this week. The Bearcats ran away with the team title, shooting a 2-day 673 on 2 different courses to win by 48 strokes over second-place Park University. Freshman Elise McDonough won the tournament, carding a 158 and winning by 3 strokes. The Bearcats' final scheduled tournament of the fall will take place in Enid, Oklahoma, as part of the Ranger Fall Classic Sunday and Monday. The Northwest volleyball team had a 1-1 weekend in Kansas last weekend, dropping a 3-set match to Washburn before bouncing back to beat Emporia State in 3. The Cats start the week in 6th in the MIAA, and this week will face teams they have already beaten at home this year. Friday, they travel to Bolivar to play Southwest Baptist, and Saturday, Joplin to face Missouri Southern. Both teams Northwest beat in straight sets at home. Some late-match heroics helped push Northwest's women's soccer team from what looked to be a loss at home to a win on Sunday against Nebraska Kearney. Katie Lindsay scored on a free kick from 35 yards out in the 88th minute to tie the match with the Lopers. Then in the second minute of overtime, scored on a free kick from 30 yards out to help the Cats get a win at Bearcat pitch. Northwest will travel to Lindenwood Friday before heading to Warrensburg for a match against Central Missouri Sunday. That's This Week in Bearcat Athletics. For producer Andrew Sherry, I'm Matt Gorder.